All right, you got to love what the Seattle Seahawks did in their preseason opener. And it's preseason, so you can't go too high or too low, but you can look at individual players and really take something from that. And what I took was the Seattle Seahawks get more evidence that they did, in fact, steal the NFL draft. They've got some rookies that are really outperforming and they drafted well. And that's how you build an NFL team. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel talking about teams and stories that are under the radar. The Lions kind of felt like they were under the radar there for a few years, finally getting the love because they are. I mean, they're playing well. Seattle's in that where they get new kind of leadership. They get new leadership. They get new coaching staff, and they didn't have to reboot everything, but it does feel like everything's different, and they're kind of being slept on a little bit. They're in a tough division, but people aren't talking about them enough. So let's take a look at here with the 2024 draft picks. Byron Murphy, Christian Haynes were the first two picks. Didn't have a second round pick, but it's like pick one and pick 2, 16 and 81 needed to be home runs because you didn't have a second round pick. You got a couple fourths, like there's some later round stuff, fine. But these two guys had to hit, and then you had to find a couple guys in here that work out. Now, up here in Michigan, I'm a Michigan fan, and AJ Barner, I think, is a great pick because Michigan had a bunch of star tight ends. Like he goes and starts anywhere in the country, but Michigan just happened to have 3 really good tight ends. They've got one now on their current team that's just going to be an absolute stud. They had another guy that transferred to Iowa. So Barner was in this like, I play, but I don't. I can get on the field, but I can't. But when he's on there, it's like, dude, this guy's 6'6". I mean, he's got the size, speed, hands. So to get him in the 4th round, I thought was a steal. But Byron Murphy, Christian Haynes. Let's talk about Christian Haynes, and then we'll talk about this preseason game that was just crazy. So he's a guard, and this is why it's just so big. When you pick interior offensive linemen, they have to hit. And so to see him hitting already is crazy. Get him from UConn. He had 41 snaps, and he put forth an outstanding performance, passing his first in-game test with flying colors. I just want you to see a couple of these plays here. Look how he keeps his feet moving. Like, let me go back to that one real quick. He has to get outside, get around 98, and then keeps his feet moving, hips moving all the way around. That's the stuff you just can't, like, that fight through the blocks is awesome. This one, just hand fighting, doesn't get pushed back. Love that. Same thing. I mean, there's no penetration with this guy. Man, he is just like a fighter. The way that he blocks is he's like, so again, to get him out of UConn in the 3rd round, you really got a first or second rounder in the 3rd round. That's the type of stuff you have to do to see him come right out, play great is awesome. Next one, go back here. Byron Murphy, 16th overall, got to hit this. And so in order to steal the draft, like he needs to be like a top 10 talent. Well, pretty crazy because I think he might be. It's not fair, but it's true. Byron Murphy gets compared to Aaron Donald. He looks like Donald, massive legs, huge upper body. Saturday, he played in his first NFL game, and the Chargers double, even triple teamed him in the preseason opener. And here's a picture of it right here where just double teamed, triple teamed. Here's the thing about him. He led a dominant performance by the Seahawks defense. Again, was it just him? No. But I think what you saw there was like, all right, we kind of got every level kind of taken care of. We've got Mike Macdonald's defense shining here to the point. Look at this. Here are the first 6 possessions for the Los Angeles Chargers facing the Seahawks last night. Look at this. 3 plays, 3 plays, 3 plays, interception, 3 plays, 3 plays. I mean, yikes. So again, you can't overreact and you can't underreact either. You saw a defense that clearly, and here's what the thing about Mike Macdonald, I'll get back to the rookies, but Mike Macdonald clearly says you're gonna know what you're doing. And everyone wants to say that, but can you, right? You're going to know what you're going to do defensively. Then we're going to have stars at every level. And so when you've got a Byron Murphy playing the way that he can play, big, strong dude, like this is the stuff that you're looking for. Simply put, Murphy was the most impressive player on the field Saturday. Yeah, great to see him make a few plays, said Mike Macdonald. You know, first game action, he was juiced. All the guys were excited for him. All spring into training camp this summer, the league's youngest coach at age 37 has been giving tough love publicly to his top rookie and 21-year-old defensive tackle. In May, Macdonald said Murphy needed to get better shape. Saturday, Murphy had the debut. He and the Seahawks believe the start of something hugely impactful on a defense that finished 30th in the NFL. So Mike Macdonald, and this is the thing about the Seattle Seahawks. They were 9-8 last year, right? I think they won 9 games, 8 or 9. And their defense was ranked 30th. You saw immediately, again, it's preseason, but you just saw like, okay, I kind of see the framework. I see the framework in this going much better this year than last year. We won 9 games with a terrible defense. And again, football is so fun because it's complementary. The defense gets a couple stops. Offense feels a little bit better. Offense scores. Defense can come out there, feel a little better. I mean, it kind of rolls with itself. But the defense just keeps giving stuff up. And then Geno Smith's going out there thinking, I gotta score. And then he is, but then the defense giving up more. And I mean, that's basically what the Lions Seahawks games have been these last few years, where it's like back and forth. We can't stop you. You can't stop us. What if you just got to stop? And it's like, all right, we got to stop. We got a 3 and out. Now we can go back out there. Geno Smith score. Now we're up 2 scores like that. It seems easy, but it can be that easy if the defense knows what they're supposed to be, and you've got these rookies shining like they did in that first preseason game, and you really make the Chargers look really bad. It's like, there we go. So if you're the Seattle Seahawks, you've got an opportunity now to look at who you picked up in the draft and just be like, okay, like, oh my gosh, we've got 2 studs right at the top, and then we'll figure out the other guys as we get going. We don't even need all of them to hit. We know that we just got first round talents right there in picks in the first round and the third round. It's huge if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't subscribed already, would love if you would do that. We are on our way to 20,000 subs on this channel. Again, we're Detroit Lions fans. The Lions and the Seahawks play this year again. Don't want to. Just don't like playing the Seahawks. Can't beat the Seahawks. Don't know what it is. It's just Geno Smith throwing like a 4-yard pass, and then your receiver catches it, kind of makes a move, gets 8 yards. Like, that's constantly what it is. And it's just like, oh my gosh, this is brutal. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see all of you on the next one.